Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the audience, are in charge. You are the ringmasters. I am but the clown who leaps through circles for you. Listen, it's Friday. It's Friday. We made it. Another week is done. I'm feeling a lot better than when the week started. I'm about, I would say, 85% right now. Still slightly congested here and there, but for the most part, breathing mostly freely, a little in there. Doing all right, though. I hope everybody else is doing fine. It's let's be honest, it's been another one of those weeks where nothing really happened. At least nothing pertaining to the stuff that I think is interesting. I mean, things happened for sure, but what happened that's really interesting? I mean, yeah, Cracker Barrel bent the knee. Great. That's great. I don't eat a Cracker Barrel, so I don't really care. But I know it has a meaning in terms of, oh yes, look, the world is changing. It's not bending the knee to the crazy little weirdos anymore. Yeah, that's great, and that means something. But to me, it was like it came and went really quickly, and it's just another sign that things are getting better. Let's not belabor it anymore. But let's think about other things. I mean, is there anything really interesting going on in the world of television, in the world of movies? At least for me, there isn't. I mean, I know people are going out there and watching the low-budget movies that are sort of doing okay right now, and they're like, oh, this movie great here, this one's great there, but I'm not really interested in those. For me, it's like, so what? And I'm not going to check them out. I'm not going to review them. So it's like, okay, what's really going on here? Okay, let's see. Oh, they announced a bad Disney Star Wars movie is going into production. Big whoop. I mean, we'll talk about it some more this weekend because I want to talk about the Stan reaction. But it's not exciting. It's not exhilarating. Where's the oomph? Where's the power? Where's the I want to be excited for stuff? I mean, people were excited for Gamescom last week, but that's worn off a little bit. It didn't have a lot of carryover. And so I'm looking for the excitement. And I'm not finding it. What are you guys excited for right now? That's a question I want to put out there right now. What are you excited for besides whatever tortures you have in store for me? I mean, what are people excited for these days? I'm curious because, listen, I am well aware that when it comes to things people enjoy, I'm an outlier. I generally don't like the things that the crowds enjoy. I generally like I don't want to say niche things, but very specific things in specific genres, specific types within the genres, subgenres, stuff like that. I mean, all right, here's the thing. I know that it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws, released in theaters. Big whoop. I don't find Jaws to be a particularly great movie personally. I don't hate it, but it's not something that I really latch onto. I mean, for example, I'm going to ask Sam this on Monday because I know Sam is a huge Jaws fan. It's one of his favorite movies. I'm going to ask him, why is it his favorite movie? Why is it his favorite movie? Why is one of the movies that he loves so much to go back to and watch? And if he partook in the 50th anniversary stuff this week. So I wonder these things. Why do people like certain things that to me seem fleeting and inconsequential? I'm not saying Jaws is inconsequential, but I'm saying in general. I mean, what's going on here and there and now and wow. So those are thoughts running through my mind. Thoughts running through my mind because I know that I am not the barometer of things for most things, for a lot of things. I mean, if you want to come to me talk about things that you know that I'm into, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, anime. Well, anime, yes and no. I'm not a good barometer for anime either. Lots of things people love, I think, are dreck and shit. But so I wonder about those things. I wonder. So I guess let's be honest. I'm looking at this right now. There's nobody here. I'm talking to myself right now. Nobody's here. Nobody's chatting. Nobody's sitting here watching. This is actually a first for this show. There's nobody here. I don't see anybody. And I'm finding it hard to wonder if you guys are entertained by what I'm doing. So I need to know. There we go. Lies and slander. Oh, there's Kel. Okay, what do you mean lies and slander? Listen, is YouTube lying to me? Are there more people watching than YouTube is telling me? Because I can only go by the barometer, by the stats that YouTube tells me. It tells me nobody's watching. I don't see anybody viewers. So there we go. You're just late. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I asked the question again. Then people are showing up. What are people excited for right now? What are people excited for? Gaming, television, movies. What are people excited for? There are things I'm excited for, but they're way down the line. They're way down the line. They're not here. They're not now. And I wonder, I'm sure I'll retain excitement for them, but because the things people claim they love and are excited for, they don't seem to stick around for discussions afterwards. They come, they go, the term they fall off. So that's what's been running through my mind. I'd like to know that. But those are questions that'll be answered, I guess, as we move along. Because it's Friday, I have nothing else planned. I haven't had anything planned all week, mostly because I've been sick. So I have been very proactive. But what I'm looking forward to now is hopefully August ending and maybe September bringing forth some fresh things. It's a new month, fresh things. I don't want the meteor because I want to keep looking at boobs. It's a very simple thing. I want to keep looking at boobs, and if the meteor comes, I can't look at boobs anymore. I'm a simple man. I have simple desires and simple pleasures. Boobs. I like them. I want to see them. I want to touch them again. I want to touch them over and over again. And every day, as I always say, is another step towards that opportunity presenting itself. But the day must move on, with or without boobs, with or without the meteor. So the rules are as always the same. $5 to order an Adam rant on just about anything. I say on anything, but just about anything. There are things within reason I don't want to get into. $10 to rent me to play a game for 30 minutes. I owe you guys time on Party Animals, but I can only do that when somebody announces we're doing a Party Animal stream. And if I know them, then I will likely have to show up and do it for 3.5 more hours. I owe you guys that. Then you could also spend $10 to ask me a question, a general question. Adam, what do you think of this? Adam, what do you think of that? It could be fun. It could be silly. It could be serious. Within reason, usually within the pop culture range, social the social culture range, stuff like that. $15, and you get to ask for me to do a hot take on an article we may see without any preparation, or one you may be sitting on saying Adam needs to react to this because I want to hear his retarded response. And then $20 to ask me, tell me to watch a video, and $30 to request that I watch an episode of television or a movie. And then we'll review it live on this stream. You always got to give me a couple days to get it done but I do follow through. This tomorrow, I will be reposting the chat. Maybe watch this review of Requiem for a Dream, which melted my brain last week, and we did it on Monday. I'll be reposting that tomorrow. And them's the rules. It's very easy to follow. They're not hard. They are the means by which you control this show, because this is your show, even more than it's my show. Maybe my show, but it's what you want to be entertained by. Are there boobs in heaven? I don't know. I wonder if I've earned the boobs in heaven. That's the question. All right. See, now I have no other opening. I got no opening topics. I was doom scrolling to hell. I've been up for 3 hours. No, I've been up since 9:30. I'm short like 2 hours of sleep. Surprised I'm as awake as I am. Therefore, I've been doom scrolling to hell. I've been skimming here and there. I have nothing opening. I have thoughts, but they're panel discussion thoughts. That's the problem. They're not thoughts for just me to wax poetic about. They're panel discussion thoughts. So I'm putting a couple off until Sunday, because there are a couple things I do want to talk about, but they're Sunday, and I want you to share in the bouncing of ideas back and forth between me and the boys. So why don't we just get into the news? And see what's going on here today? Let's bring it up. Let's do refreshes. It's been about 20, 30 minutes since I set these up. I always set them up a little bit ahead of time, so always want to make sure I have it ready. Okay. Once again, it's time to start with Variety and all it's literally 80% worthless news. There we go. Come on, work, please. Thank you. Oh, man, this is laggy today. All right. Devin Walker responds to fan support for SNL exit. Y'all acting like we died. SNL's been dead for 20 years. It's not funny. It was barely funny in the 90s. And then once you got into 2000s, it really wasn't funny. So SNL should disappear, just like the rest of late night. SNL is essentially a version of late night. It needs to go away. It's done. Nobody wants it. Nobody enjoys it. Show me the springboard to superstardom it has been for anybody in recent years. Once upon a time in the 70s and 80s, it was the launching pad for a lot of great comedians and comedians. But it isn't so anymore. It's not. And nobody cares about the stars or the musical talent they bring on anymore. These people are jokes, each and every one of them. Hacks, talentless hacks. I'll throw hot piping sausage at them. At Work Review, a writer is both inspired and exploited by the gig economy in Valerie Donzelli's perceptive character study. After the Hunt Review, Luca Guadagnino, sexual accusation drama, plays like a muddled tar with Julia Roberts as a scheming professor. Wow, I am so not interested in that at all. I like maybe 2 or 3 Julia Roberts movies. Other than that, you could remove her, and I don't ever need to see anything from her. As My Life with the Waiter Boys, Walter Boys. I can never tell if it's an I or a lowercase j because the way the font looks, the dot is always so close. My Life with the Walter Boys returns for season 2. What is My Life with the Walter Boys? Sometimes I wonder, do I really live in a bubble where certain things exist and are popular and I just don't know it? I like to think that I'm pretty up to date on what's going on. I hear these things like, what are you talking about? AI-themed animated anthology, AI Love and Hate, gets 3 studio team. That sounds... I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm really not. Then this documentary, don't care. The Summer I Turned Pretty final episodes trailer. Belly makes some new friends in Paris and gets a letter from Conrad. She gets something like this. You get a statement like that, and it's as though they assume that everybody watches and knows what this is. And it's just, it's fascinating to me. I mean, I've heard of this show, but I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea how long it's been going on. So I asked I come back to my opening question of the stream. For all these things that people are interested in, are they really interested in them? Or is it a facsimile? Is it a mind game played by Hollywood entertainment media to try and convince you that so many people are interested in this? That all the bots on social media are interested in this? Because you hear these things, but I never really see or know people that are into them. That's why I ask this stuff. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Is it all real? Or is it all fake? Is it all fake? The trade desk, Matthew Hennick talks Ventura, the OS, looking to change the smart TV game. What? Why? What? First of all, dude, get a haircut. Second, why does your smart TV need a new operating system? You just need to interact with whatever apps you have installed in it if that's what you do. What does it need to have anything on there for that? I'm very inquisitive today. I'm normally not this inquisitive. I feel very inquisitive today. Maybe it's because my brain is waking up after the fog of being sick all week. And I'm wondering, where am I? What's going on? I'm trying not to be angry. I'm really working hard not to be angry because there's stuff I want to be angry at, but I'm working really hard to be positive and to not be angry and salty today. I'm working really hard. Blood Orange's Dev Hines creates a chill masterpiece. Music, rap is crap. I will not apologize for saying that ever. How to Shoot a Ghost trailer. Charlie Kaufman's short film star. Short films. I'm not interested in a short film. I'm not. It's not. Everything's fake and gay. Where I am not. No, we are not. If we were in a simulation, I think things would be. I think my life would be a little bit better than it is. If we were in a simulation, I think I would have figured out how to hack the simulation by now and manipulate it. I don't want to believe we're in a simulation. If we're in a simulation, how come I dream the way I dream? If we're in a simulation. I don't think we're in a simulation. I don't believe that. No Other Choice director Park Chan-wook on why it took 20 years to make the twisted black comedy One Word Money. Whatever. Abbott Elementary reveals season 5 episode with Philadelphia Phillies. Again, a show I know people watch, but I don't care about. So it's not part of the simulation. No. It's not. Sabrina Carpenter's Man's Best Friend is one of the year's best pop records and almost certainly the funniest album review. You know, I saw a meme earlier today. It was a meme. One part said, dyed blonde that men are into. And it had Sydney Sweeney. It's like, yes, thank you. Dyed blonde that women in fags are into. Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know if I've ever heard one of her songs. Why is she famous? I've never heard one of her songs, at least not knowingly. She's not that attractive. She looks like a 12-year-old girl. And she just is there. I feel like she's been forced upon me through the internet. No! Stop that. No. No one is in control of my game. All right. There is no player on the other side of this screen I call life. It's too real. It's too real. I've gone into surgery before. All right. I've had surgery. No reason to have surgery in a simulation. Cover-up review. Laura Poitras says, I don't know, whatever. Heidi Fuse 3 W's. I don't even know what that is. I said words. Disney's Bob Iger praises J-Lo star partnership at Reliance annual meet as chair Mukesh Ambani unveils AI alliances with Google and Meta. Bob Iger. What do we say about Bob Iger? We haven't already said millions of times. No, this is not a simulation. No. I was gonna say something really, really mean, and I'm not gonna do it. Not to you, Kel, but about somebody else. I was gonna say something really, really mean, and I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say it was gonna be a bad one. It was gonna be a bad one. Internal Oscar submissions. I don't care about your freaking Oscar submissions. Julia Roberts talk about her movie. I don't care. Again, don't care. Luca Guadagnino explains how Woody Allen inspired opening credits. Yeah, you know what? Don't be inspired by anything Woody Allen has ever done. Woody Allen was never really funny, and he's a PDF file. Okay, going over. Let's go one more. There's magic in reliving the Wizard of Oz at Sphere, but AI technology saps Dorothy and friend of their humanity. I heard that in that Sphere thing, they put what's his name? Who's the head of who's the CEO of Warner Brothers? I just forgot his name. Frick. I heard that they put his face in there somewhere over a character. Yeah. Joachim Trier, Jafar Panahi, whatever. Don't care. Linkin Park, Playboy Cardi to headline Lollapalooza, India, 2026, Mumbai. I have no comment on that. None of that is. See, all right. Zaslav thinking, yes, okay. Kel knows exactly where my mind went. How bad is it that you knew exactly where my mind went for the horrible, mean joke I was going to say? Am I that predictable these days? Am I? Am I that predictable? You guys knew exactly where I was going to go with that. Franco Spain's okay. Rosamond. Okay. Anything else interesting here? Again, more Sabrina Carpenter. I don't understand. More Sabrina Carpenter. I don't get it. So they push her. They are just trying to make her more of a thing than she really is. I don't know. All right, let's move on to IGN, where we usually get the more interesting stuff. Modders are already hard at work making Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater better. Here's a few of our favorites. I know I don't play this game, so my amusement is not there for that. Yeah. Pro gamer Faker appears, makes surprise K-pop cameo. If you pointed out a pro gamer to me, I wouldn't know them. I would not know them. Sony CEO responds to Apple TV's hit show The Studio, which satirizes Hollywood executives. You know, is that Seth Rogen? If it is, I will never watch that show ever. I hate that guy. Alan Richardson is one of the most popular Batman fan casts on the internet, but he's not going to be in there. Yeah, he has basically said today he had talks, but it pretty much looks like he's not going to be the DCU Batman. But there is a chance he will likely appear in another way, shape, or form in that. There was what other DCU thing did I see today that I was going to bring up? I saw something. I didn't bookmark it. What was it? I thought. Forgot it. Physical edition of Cyberpunk 2077 on Nintendo Switch 2 outsold the digital version. Gee, people want physical media. You know, it'd be nice if they listened to the world and understood. People want physical media. They want it. They really want physical media. It's that simple. We'll go to digital for all there is, or if it's a better price sometimes. But if I have my druthers, I will choose physical media every time. Every single time. Even if I have to wait a few days to get it. Alien and Gladiator director Ridley Scott turned down $20 million to make Terminator 3. But he's going to make another Gladiator. He's making Gladiator 3. He announced yesterday Ridley Scott's going to make Gladiator 3. Somebody please put him in a room and keep him away from making movies now. Ridley Scott has lost it. He doesn't have the touch anymore. It's not there. Stop. You made some epics, some works of art that will stand the test of time, Ridley. But now it's time to stop. It's time to walk away and understand you're not good at it anymore. Fans try to avoid spoilers at all costs for leaked Dexter Resurrection finale. I never watched Dexter, so that is pointless to me. Battlefield 6 dev wishes anti-cheat measures like secure bot weren't needed, but insists they're working. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. I do not understand the mentality of cheating in any game. In any game. So sometimes will one take advantage of an exploit in order to win a difficult fight. If it's there and it's not too bad, sure. But I don't understand using mods or assist bots and shit like that to give you an edge, because you're not really winning anything. You're still the same loser you were before you put the cheat programs into your game. You're not any better. And you're a cheater, which means you're false, you're fake. Are some people's egos so fragile that they have to cheat in order to feel any sort of anything, I guess. Any sort of joy. I don't get that. I'll never understand cheating. If I'm not good enough to win, then I shouldn't win. And I need to get good, like the scrub that I am. Updated that. PlayStation 6 handheld rumors are ramping up, this time with claims that it's dockable. Please, Sony, don't follow Nintendo. Be you. Don't be Nintendo. Be Sony. I don't want a PlayStation 6 to be portable with a dock. I don't want that. I really don't. I play console games to play them in my home on a television. I don't want them out and about. I am not a Nintendo person. That's for Nintendo people. I want that. Lost Soul Aside debuts to mixed rating on Steam as developer works to deliver a smoother gameplay experience. I was eyeing this game, and if it's open to mixed, maybe not going to go at that. Genshin Impact Studio has all new Honkai Adventure on the way. Honkai Nexus Anima. I don't play those games. Much as I love anime stuff, I don't play any of those games. Playing Space Marine 2 was the smartest thing we ever did. Saber reflects on the biggest Warhammer 40k game of all time after a year of DLC and looks future. Yes, we celebrated some Space Marine 2 yesterday. We played it again last night. We had some fun with that. It was good stuff. It was entertaining. We had a good time. And I look forward to what the next year of DLC is to come. I really do. Battlefield 6 closed beta to start testing server, browser, and player-owned servers. Ooh, player-owned servers. Always a smart thing to do, player-owned servers. Let people keep out the unwanted randos. Not everyone aspires to be the rock star. The driving force behind the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is playing it cool, even as more gamers take notice. Listen, I know people enjoy Oblivion, but hey, you didn't fix any of the bugs from the original game. So don't crow so hard. Michelle Yeoh addresses Star Trek movie flop. Section 31. It's very hard to please all your audience all the time. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that in a second. That's something I can talk about. I have a comment on that. I see that and I have a comment. First, just look at Star Wars Starfighter, blah, blah, blah. And this is yesterday's news. Diablo developers vote to unionize at Blizzard. You know what? I hate unions, but I'm happy to wish that upon Blizzard Activision. I really am. I hope you suffer. Elden Ring Night ran ultra hard mode. Good for them. Disney Starlight Dream Night away. Walt Disney's World is Nighttime Parade. I've always been waiting for it. Okay, sorry, Gabo. Don't care. Final Fantasy 14's community is once again in tizzy about mod usage. Modding secret. Listen. 14 was never a very big modded game. It's not like other MMOs where they attach mods to stuff. You don't really use them that much. You don't need them that much. I think a lot of people are crying hard. It's kind of a commentary I'm going to do this weekend on Roundtable. A little commentary about people and going back to games and crying about games and this and that. It's a conversation we're going to have this weekend. There we go. That's it. That's from yesterday's news now. All right. Park Place. You got anything for me? Rumor, Kamal Nanjiani as race swap booster gold and DC resurfaced despite previous James Gunn denial. Well, James Gunn is a liar. So there is that. There is the fact. Yeah, I did see that. I didn't read it, though. I saw it last night before I went live. and I didn't get around to reading it. I hope he navigated it the smooth way he always does. So I want him to be Booster Gold because of the content it would mean. It would just be glorious. Concord's 1-year anniversary unpacking Sony's $400 million catastrophe. James Gunn shuts down Chris Pratt. Batman talk about hints at DC role for his Marvel buddy. I really don't want to see Chris Pratt in the DCU. I want to see Chris Pratt get as far away from that stuff as possible. Megyn Kelly rips Blake Lively to shreds over failed subpoena. Calls for a narcissistic bully brat. Sure. I don't care about any of that Blake Lively crap. Cracker Barrel co-founder rips CEO over logo redesign. What's Taco Bell know about country food? I don't understand the connection there. It's on Lodestone News. Or maybe we'll read that. Disney files lawsuit against Sling TV. We saw that yesterday. Marvel Zombies sparks MCU debate. MCU doubles down on female characters. Ugh. We talked about the Bella Ramsey thing yesterday. All right, there it is. There's the news. I'm sticking to it. Again, the slowness of everything continues. These slow days where it's kind of we're grasping at news, and I'm grasping at traction for my channel. All right, let's talk about this here then. Let's talk about this Michelle Yeoh thing with Star Trek. Because I have a here's the thing. So we have it right here. Michelle Yeoh. Oops, wrong button. Michelle Yeoh says it's not easy to please all your audience all the time in terms of the rejection of Section 31. Here's a very simple thing, Michelle. I know that you have only been in New Trek. Here's the thing. You're a great actress. Once upon a time, you were in my spank bank a long time ago. But here's the deal, honey. What you put out there with Section 31 is not Star Trek. The audience you're trying to please are not Star Trek fans. The audience you want to please, the true Star Trek fans, are no longer watching unless someone's lost a bet or it's one of the good people who are keeping an eye on things to relay information of what's going on, to watch the horrible things that would happen. I mean, listen, next year, I'm going to watch Starfleet Academy. I'm watching it for the lulls. I'm not going to watch it so much because I think it's going to be great, or I think it's even going to be something to landmark the decline of New Trek. But I want to rip into it. It's so bad. And I'm likely to make other people watch it with me, so we do a panel show. Point is, Star Trek is in ruins thanks to Kurtzman, thanks to Jar Jar Abrams, thanks to everybody who's been involved in it for the past, I want to say, 15 years. There was a bright spot with Picard Season 3 because I just forgot his name. I'm bad with names. I'm losing names today. What was his name? Did 12 Monkeys. Terry Matalas. Got it. Terry Matalas. There was a bright spot with Picard Season 3 and Terry Matalas because Kurtzman fucked off to do something else and left him with no budget thinking it would be a disaster and turned out to be the best thing ever in New Trek because it tried to distance itself from New Trek. But then you come back to Section 31, which is essentially the epitome, the distilled pure nature of New Trek. People cursing, people behaving like complete and utter degenerates. Modernity injected at every single turn. I only know this. I haven't watched, but I know this because my good buddy, Duke Devil 95, Brad Burnett, he watched it, he reviewed it, and he told me about it. I know how bad it was because he explained it to me. This thing, Section 31, it was everything that's wrong with New Trek in a concentrated blast of horribleness. So there's a reason nobody is pleased. Because nobody left watching it is a Star Trek fan. And when real Star Trek fans hear about it, we're going to unzip, take aim, and piss on it with smiles on our faces. And if we're close enough, we're going to cross streams to increase the blast power so that we piss harder on it. So I'm not going to, this is not a shot at really Michelle Yeoh. She doesn't know what she's talking about because I don't think she understands that New Trek is not Star Trek. Star Trek is what was created by Gene Roddenberry in the 1960s. It continued from the late 70s through the 80s into the 90s. And when he passed away, good men, some better than others, were able to take the reins and create timeless television that still holds up to this very day with Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and bits and pieces of Voyager. In addition, there were movies made, some better than others, but still in the same vein of adhering to the incredible vision of Gene Roddenberry, this grand idea of space exploration. That ended in the late 2000s. It ended when J.J. Abrams was given the reins for a minute and created the Kelvin timeline. And from the Kelvin timeline, then spawned Kurtzman Trek, which over and over again they've tried to tell us is the continuation of the Star Trek Prime timeline. No, it is not. It is not in any shape or form. I'll go back to when I first heard the announcement of Star Trek Discovery. It had been a few years since we'd seen any Star Trek on television. I was thinking, oh man, great. I don't like JJ Trek. Here comes a TV show. Maybe we're going to get back to basics. I'm ready for it. And then I heard the dreaded word that chills my very soul. Prequel. I heard the word prequel. And I said, no, thank you. I'm out. Because all that means that you're trying to undo the things that Gene Roddenberry and his successors set in place. And lo and behold, here we are, almost 20 years later. Discovery was the beginning of the end for current day Star Trek because it was an abomination prequel that completely derailed Gene Roddenberry's source material lore that he put in place. So when she says it's hard to please all your audience all the time, you don't have an audience. You've got some window-licking, drooling fake fan stands who are not enough to do anything, clearly, because no New Trek show really moves the needle. And real fans were gone. We're doing what I do every week. We're watching original Star Trek. We're watching real Star Trek. Every week, Sunday night, I sit down with Brad, Fractured, and Jay Hitman, and we watch an episode of DS9 on a show called Wormhole Watch. Then Brad edits up our conversations and puts it out every Wednesday on his channel, Duke Devil 95. We have a great time. I'm loving it. Even though we're in the dregs of season 2, I still love it because it's actual, real Star Trek that I know and love. And of course, watching DS9, I know the glory that awaits me as we reach the end of season 2 and begin season 3. I know the good stuff. So I'm excited to live it over again. And I've had self-control. I have not skipped ahead. I have not jumped forward. I have not watched episodes that I want to get to. I am waiting every week. I am following the rules so that I can give fresh reactions to the episode, fresh conversation, my thoughts in that moment. Star Trek had a chance with Terry Matalas. If they had gone with the legacy, wouldn't have been perfect, but it would have been enough of a course correction to bring me back. But they didn't do it. Instead, they went to make Starfleet Academy. And now we're staring down the barrel of nothing. Because Skydance Paramount, they're resurrecting JJ Trek is what they're doing. More JJ Trek. More Kelvin timeline. Go watch real Star Trek, TOS, TNG, DS9, even Voyager and Enterprise. Go do that. You'll have more fun. And as long as you watch that and stop, I personally stop at the end of DS9. That's enough for me. If you stop right there, you'll be fine. You don't really need any more. I'm happy. You'd be happy too. All right. Live long and prosper. All right. That was a That was a good one. I saw that. I have thoughts immediately. I don't even need prep time for that. I had thoughts immediately. Yeah, Muppet musical episodes. Do you know what they did in the last episode? In the latest episode of Strange New Worlds, they transformed everybody into Vulcans for the episode. And they rolled out Patton fucking Oswalt. I hate that guy. Yeah. Majel Barrett Roddenberry was an excellent guardian of her husband's legacy. She was an excellent guardian, excellent protector for that. Even understanding the point when, of course, Gene is long since passed on by the time DS9 started. Understanding long since then, after that that DS9 was a good way to evolve the show. That it was an excellent opportunity to evolve it and take it to the next level. And look what we got. We got some of the best Star Trek ever from the end of season 2 on. I love Star Trek, and I wish I could look forward to great Star Trek again. But we have the real stuff. Oh, I wish from the bottom of my nerd heart, I wish they would just release DS9 on Blu-ray. Just give me DS9 on Blu-ray. Just take my money. Take my money. I would hand it over to you with 2 hands. Take my money. Take my money for a DS9 Blu-ray. Do it. Please. You're leaving money on the table. Do you realize the purchasing they would have? Do you realize how much money they would make? Nerds, Trekkies across the world would be saying, yes, take my money. DS9 complete seasons. It would find a place of honor right next to my TNG box set right there. I'd have them next to each other. It'd be glorious. I'd turn around and think, yes, I feel great. I have the best Star Trek on physical media right in front of me, but I don't. They don't have DS9. It's not a hard thing to do. It's so easy. Ugh. And I guess with that said, I've got nothing else to talk about. Is there something else going on this afternoon I don't know about? Nobody's here. Very few people here today. Is the honeymoon over? Is everybody finally tired of me? Well, I mean, if nobody's here to push the show forward, then I guess we're going to wrap it up early today, and I'll move along with my day and get some business done. Labor Day weekend, is that what you think? Because it's Labor Day weekend? Why can't they be like us, Kel, and have no lives and just want to play video games and watch television? Oh, man. Right. So I guess we're going to wrap it up. All right. What's on the menu for today? Ballbusters tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if we have a guest or not. Saturday Night Drive-In. We're watching Darkman for Drive-In. That was the winner of Chat Choice. Darkman won by like a vote against Maze Runner. So it was a close one, but Darkman pulled it out in the end. Let's see. Tomorrow, Saturday Night Co-op. We're playing more Final Fantasy 14. I know we're going to run Dermy through the Coil of Bahamut. It'll be fun to watch it. I will probably not be streaming it because it's not really entertaining to watch it from my perspective, honestly, unless we're doing stuff. So I'll just be along for the ride. Unless you do other co-op stuff, then I will stream that. But if it's just Final Fantasy 14, I'm just along for the ride. I'm playing. I'm helping out. Let's see. Roundtable. Got some stuff lined up to talk about Roundtable this week. Also, I'll be making, not this weekend, but an announcement very soon concerning Roundtable. It's not going away. It's just a couple things going to change. And then we do have Mellow Mondays this Monday for Labor Day. Should be a good one, I hope. I'm not sick anymore, so I should be ready to do it. Other than that, stay tuned for more live streams and videos, guys. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate support, whether you're here on time, whether you're here watching on the replay, watching the videos. Without you guys, I don't get to do this. We're on the precipice. I know I've said this before, but more so than ever, I feel like I'm right there. One good push, and I feel like I'm gonna break through. and have a real good breakout and really get some mileage, really great, really get some mileage, get some traction, and move forward to the next level. So many great things planned. But it happens because you guys support me and you're here for it. Hitting those like buttons, leaving comments, watching the videos, sharing the channel, spreading the good word. You guys are great. I appreciate everybody hanging out. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up, go about my business. Might bake some cookies this afternoon. Might do that. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to because I'm feeling better and I can taste things again. So, all right, guys. You guys have a good rest of your afternoon. I'll see you guys on Ball Busters and the gaming streams throughout the weekend. Until then, take it easy, everybody.